It's fine? Okay, cool. And can you guys hear the game alright? It sounds a little quiet to me. But that might just be because I had it low. What are you blabbering on about?
もしかしてまだ気づいていないのか？このネックレスは偽物だ。
Okay. Don't tell me you haven't noticed. This necklace is an imitation. What? Oh, he didn't give us the actual one. It is?
ああ、
Indeed.
装飾の裏に
There's
英国
relief
のレ
of
リーフが彫ら
England
れ
on
て
the
いる。
back. So that can
スコ
only
ットラ
mean
ン
it
ドヤ
is
ード
the
が用意
false
した
one
偽
Scotland
物
Yard
の
had
ネックレス
made.
である証だ。
I guess he stole the necklace after all. This is awful. No, Emily, what's wrong? How could this be? After so much work, the realization stunned me so that I lost my strength and collapsed to the ground at once. As I did, I noticed a card fluttering to my feet. Huh? What could this be? Watson picked it up. The Queen of Hearts?
まんまと予告通り盗まれてしまったというわけか。
So he stole it just as he said he would. Excellent.
その熱意と志。
The loss is mine. In the face of your strength, your beauty, and those charming eyes, I have little choice but to relinquish this necklace. You liar! You didn't give us the actual necklace!
僕は女性に対しては嘘はつかないよ。先ほどあの部屋で盗んだネックレスは君に返そう。
I could never lie to a lady. I shall return the necklace I stole in that room to you. Mm-hmm.
ごきげんよう。
Farewell, Emily. He gave me a false necklace and turned me round this way and that. He played with my mind. What? Emily? He's unforgivable. I'll arrest him and make him apologize to me. I swear it.
謝らせてやるんだから。
俺こんなに怒ってる彼女初めて見た。
Never seen her this angry. Yeah, well, he kissed her and then she thought she got the necklace back, but she didn't.
それは僕も同じだ。
Neither have I. I'm surprised, considering I would be very angry at you, Holmes, all the time. One of the guys, how does it feel to have your first kiss stolen by me? Emily, well, looks away regretfully.
絶対に私がルパンを捕まえてやるんだから。
I'll arrest Lupin if it's the last thing I do.
捕まえてやるか。
The last
本
thing
当
you
に
do,
勇ましい
huh?
お姫様だな。
She really is the most gallant princess I've ever met.
勇敢なレディーへの敬意を僕なりに払ってみたんだけど、ちょっとやり
Thought
す
I
ぎだっ
was
たか
paying
な。
tribute to your bravery in my own way, but perhaps I might have overdone it.
信じるなんて言葉、あんなにまっすぐ言われるとは思ってなかったから。
I wasn't expecting her to trust me with such sincerity.
また君たちと会えるのを楽しみにしているよ。ホームズ君、ワトソン君、ミス、ホワイトリー。
Oh, Miss Whiteley. Ta-ta. I'm looking forward to seeing the three of you again. Those were his last words as he escaped into the darkness. After Lupin's departure, Holmes, Watson, and I stood in the park awaiting Pendleton's return.
お嬢様、仰せつかったオディールの涙のイヤリング、確かにアーネスト・フェルプスさんのもとへお返ししました。
My lady, I returned Odile's tears to Mr. Ernest Phelps per your request.
ありがとう、ペンデルトン。
Thank you very much, Pendleton. Pendleton came to collect us after I asked the police to call for him. I'd also asked him to return the earrings to their rightful owner before we departed.
顔色が冴えませんが、何かございましたか？怪盗に連れ去られた。
You don't want to know, dude. You don't look well. What happened? Except for the fact that you were whisked away by the gentleman thief. Oh, if I tell him, Pendleton's gonna try and kill him, isn't he?
分かっているのなら聞か かないでちょうだい。
If you know why, don't ask me.
どうやら私のお説教を受けるよりも答えることがあったようですね。今は聞かないでおきましょう。
It looks as though you've been through an experience far worse than one of my lectures. I'll spare you having to talk about it for now.
アーネストさんは大変大喜びでした。今後もイヤリングを大切な形見として守り続けたいと仰せでしたよ。
Mr. Phelps was overjoyed upon receiving his earrings back, however. He intends to keep them close to his heart however he can.
改めてお礼がしたいので、後日ぜ
He
ひ
lastly
屋敷に
mentioned
来
that
て
he
ほし
would
い
like for you to visit his home at your convenience so that he may thank you personally. I wonder if the nobleman's daughter is related to Mr. Phelps.
王子様と恋に落ちた貴族の娘ってアーネストさんの。
I couldn't very well trust the tragic love story I'd heard from Lupin, but that Mr. Phelps was pleased brought me relief all the same.
イヤリングを取り
He
戻して
said
くれ
he
た4
offered
人
his
に
best
くれ
wish.
ぐれもよろしくと。
He said he
So
offered
shocked
his
he
best
must
wishes to the four of you for getting them back for him.
4人？
Four, he said? Oh, yeah, Lupin. Why four? I feel like I'm forgetting some. Did you forget that Lupin was here the whole time?
4人ということは私とホームズとワトソンと。
Four of us would include me, Holmes, Watson, and...
おルーピン、お前どうしたんだよ、その格好。
Oh no! Lupin, what happened to you? If Holmes didn't already just figure this out, then he's not that smart.
そうだわ、ルーピンを忘れていた。
That's who it was? I forgot all about him. Lupin's hair was a mess, and his clothes were filthy with dirt.
管理人室で目を覚ましたら管理人さんの入れてくれた熱々の紅茶をこぼしてしまって。
I woke up in the curator's office. I spilled the tea he made for me. Good job doing like a stage dress, Lupin.
その後みんなを探して建物を歩き回ってたらルパンを追えって叫ぶ集団に巻き込まれて。
So I decided to go through the museum to find all of you, only to be caught in a group that was very worked up about finding Lupin. Lupin, I mean. I'm Lupin. I'm not Lupin.
そしてその
Obviously not
I'm
Lupin,
not
because look at the
Yubi
E after my
つ
name.
まずいて
That means I'm not Lupin.
ここまで来ました。
It's pronounced differently. I dropped my ring, tripped over on a few occasions, but at least I found you.
よくここまで来れたな、ルーピン君。
It astounds me that you made it here at all, Lupin.
でももう事件は終わっちゃったみたいですね。結局ルパンは
It's a waste that I've come after Lupin's theft. The case is already over. God, I can't go between their names. Oh no, it isn't. Did you pick up on it, Holmes? Are you actually smart and can process that the dude whose name is exactly like Lupin's is Lupin? What up, Hylenix?
必ず捕まえてやるわ。
We'll arrest him if it's the last thing we do.
ど
Oh,
う
he
したん
kind
で
of
す
looks
か
like the Persona guy when he holds his glasses. He really does. What? Why are you both so angry? Yeah, the Persona 5 guy. The guy that has
どっちも
Lupin as his persona.
英雄を飲まされたんだ。
Don't pay them any mind. They were both fooled by Lupin.
二人が
Both of
ルパ
them?
ンにルパンはそんなに
Didn't
手
know
強い相手
Lupin
だったんで
possessed
すね
such cunning.
すみ
I
ま
feel
せん。
terrible for not being with you to help. Oh, he's gassing himself up. Are you London Detective Mysteria in, son? I am that bastard. He's like, oh wow, Lupin's so cool and sexy. Guy 5 Sona.
いや、君が気にすることではないさ、ルーピン君。
You needn't feel any guilt, Lupin. Lupin.
そうよ。
Lupin.
ルーピンが謝
Lupin.
ることないわ。
Absolutely, this isn't your
ルパン
fault.
よ
This is Lupin's fault. Y'all? Are y'all dumbasses or what?
は
If you insist. Curse Lupin, that brilliant bastard. Lupin. Elio, that's prejudice. What? Having a similar name doesn't mean you're the same person. But he looks like and sounds like him too. The discussion moved along to how we were all gonna get home, and it was decided that I would say my goodbyes to them and return on the carriage with my butler. Damn, I wonder who Lupin could possibly be. It's definitely not the guy that looks and sounds like him with a similar name. No way.
ルーピンお前本当にここから一人で大丈夫か
Are you certain you'll be able to make your own way home, Lupin?
僕の家ここから近いん
Oh,
だ
hey there, Ian.
お構いなく
Lupin would say, oh, but how could Lupin escape that window with his massive muscles getting in the way?
そうかじゃあ
Oh, right, I didn't say that out loud. He says he lives close to
し
here.
ないように気をつけろよ
That's good.
また
See you
明日な
tomorrow
ル
then.
ーピン
Take care to not drop your ring or trip anymore on your way home.
ごきげんよ
Good night. What do you mean? He sounds like him. He's obviously higher pitched and has a lot less confidence in his voice. It definitely isn't him.
二人ともごきげんよう
Holmes, probably.
また明日
Yeah, I'm just like, he isn't as good as his dad if he's not picking up that Lupin is Lupin. Good night. I'll see you at school. Watson and Holmes set off together, walking side by side. Lupin and I were left.
ルーピンなんだか今日はあなたを振り回しちゃったわね
I'm sorry we caused you so much grief, Lupin. We did nothing but drag you this way and that wherever it displeased you to go. This better be the corporate needs to find a difference between Lupin and Lupin. Oh, okay, this is even better. Lupin, Lupin. Good. Good.
こんなのいつものことですから
It
気にし
happens
ない
to
で
me
ください
often, so I'm rather used to it.
それに
Yet the invitation to join held no
ヘマを
value
して
for you.
み
I
んな
ruined your
の足を引っ
investigation
張
upon
った
every
だ
step.
けですよ
でもルーピンが
But
頭を
it
ぶ
was
つけ
your
てく
fault
れた
that
から
led us to the
ル
note.
パンから窃盗
You
団
were
へ
of
の伝言
untold
を
value
見
in
つけ
my
ることができ
opinion.
たのよ
それなら
And the headache was
痛い思
worthwhile
いをした甲斐
in
があり
some
ました
odd
ね
sense.
それにルーピン
And you always make certain to pick up that ring no matter how many times you drop it, don't you?
絶対に拾おうとしているでしょ大切なものを
You
諦
never
めない
give up
そ
on
の
what
気
is
持
dear to you, and I find that to be just lovely.
いいことだと思うわ
He's also wearing glasses. He definitely isn't the criminal, for his vision impairment would interfere with theft. It's the same reason Clark Kent is definitely not Superman. You know what? That does sound right. That does sound right. I mean, Clark Kent is definitely not Superman, so...
ありがとうございますミスホワイトリー
thank you. Very sincerely. Thank you.
僕
Everyone else thinks of me as a worthless man for
しょうがない
dropping it
やつ
so
って
often.
いう目で見られてるから君みたいに言ってくれた人
Aww.
初めてです
You're the first to ever pay me a kind word about it. You're very kind. I have no idea why people made such a theory. Superman ain't a nerd, right? It's just like the people that look at Usagi and think she's Sailor Moon. Like, what? What could ever clue you in on that? She doesn't have a tiara. Lupin smiled bashfully.
この笑顔
Feels like I've seen this
ど
smile
こかで見
before.
たことがあるような
And Bruce Wayne is a millionaire and is not smart enough to be Batman, right? All millionaires are dumbasses.
で
Ain't
は
no way.
僕も行きますごきげんようミスホワイトリー
Well, I should be off now. Farewell, Miss Whiteley. It's funny, because in like Supergirl, Lex Luthor learned that Clark Kent was Superman in a different world and was like, that would be unthinkable in my universe.
ごきげんよ
Farewell, Emily. Clark Kent is Superman? No way. Yeah, no, there ain't no way.
また明日
Yeah, hi there, Nadia. Yes, until tomorrow then. Lupin walked past the carriage, screwing his ring tightly on his finger with his other hand.
お嬢様、どうなさいました？
Are you troubled by something, my lady?
なんでもないわ
Nothing at
早
all.
く帰りましょう
Let's go home.
わかりました。
Very well.
それにしても素敵なネックレスですね。
It's quite a breathtaking necklace, no matter how many times you set eyes on it.
警部に返そうとしたらそんなものもう必要ない見たくないって返されてしまったの
I went to return the false necklace to the police, but they bitterly proclaimed that they never wanted to see it again. I couldn't very well leave it without a home, so I chose to take it with me.
いつかは私も
I wonder if I'll be able to become a woman worthy of something this beautiful.
素敵な女性に
I like how, as I was typing that, you brought up Superman.
私のお母様のような素敵な
Oh, hi there, Nacho! Welcome, welcome! One just like mother. I placed my hand on her pendant.
お嬢様もそろそろジュエリーなどに興味を持たれてはいかがかと。
Could this be the start of you taking an interest in jewelry, my lady?
ねえペンデルトンあなた私の迎えに来てくれる前にどこかで力仕事でもしていたの
If you don't mind my asking, Pendleton, were you carrying something heavy elsewhere before you came to escort me home?
どうしてそう思われるんです？
What makes you ask?
いつもと手
You're
袋
wearing
の種類
different
が違う
gloves
し
to the ones you usually
服の
do.
左肩にだけ
And the left shoulder on your jacket is wrinkled.
それに
You also have white powder at the tips of your boots.
白い粉がついて
It
いる
was crack cocaine?
何か屋敷で
Did you carry something heavy in the house?
なかなかお嬢様も
You're
探
blossoming
偵が
into a
板に
fine
ついてきました
detective, my
ね。
lady. You see,
屋
we
敷に注文してい
mistakenly
た小
ordered
麦
too
粉が
much flour,
発注ミスがあった
so
せいで
more was
多めに
delivered to the
届いてしま
mansion
ったん
than
です。
expected. Hi there, Elio. How are you this night? I'm doing alright. I'm no longer feeling sick, which is good. I guess it was just like a passing, just mild issue.
運ぶ際に私も手を貸したのですが、うっかり手袋を汚してしまったんです。
Hey, how
これ
are
は
you doing?
いつも持ち歩く予備の手袋ですよ。
I helped to carry it inside and dirtied my gloves in the process. The ones I'm wearing now are a spare I keep on my person should they be needed.
そうだったの小麦粉汚れはしっか
It
り
must
洗
be
わないと
difficult to wash
なか
flour
なか
out
落
of
ちないのよ
fabric.
ね
You probably felt tired from streaming for 7 hours. I didn't do that yesterday though. I only streamed for like 2 hours yesterday.
でも
Oh, wait, that might be why I felt sick. That's right.
お菓子も
That's why I felt sick
たくさん作れるって
yesterday.
ことよ
Okay.
ね
But the more flour we have, the more sweets we can make. Have you any thoughts? Yeah, you were tired yesterday from doing that 2 days ago. Right. I have a
お
brain.
嬢様、お嬢様の食事は今ま
Fear
で
not,
通
my
り、
lady.
このペン
I'll
デ
be
ルトンがし
carefully
っかり
managing
管
your
理させ
diet
てい
as
た
I
だきます
always
ので、
do,
どう
regardless
ぞ
of the
ご安
ingredients
心
we have.
今まで
As always. But I should have known.
そうよね
Why do we need to explain that, Elio? Listen, my brain's maybe not functioning all the way, but don't worry. Give it a few minutes. It's gotta warm up, okay? It's booting up right now, okay? I'm well, though my sleep is kind of topsy-turvy at the moment. I can relate. I woke up at 12, but then I wound up taking another nap. I can't bonk him. God damn it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I still haven't fixed that yet. I just fixed all the redeems for my Rose model. Except for, like, bonk and color palette and stuff. I was crestfallen by the response. A feeling which childishly lingered as I returned to my room.
さすがはお嬢様。
Her wit is to be commended.
よく見ていらっし
She's
ゃる。
very observant. Pendleton, are you sus?
しかしクイーンズハウスで
As
付
it
着し
was
た
my mistake
石灰
also.
を落としてこなか
I
った
should have
のは
removed the lime from the
私の
Queen's
落ち度
house
です
before my return.
そろそろ
Might be time to give the rifle a better hiding place.
馬
The
車から
carriage
別
won't
の
do
場
for
所
much
に
like.
移す
Huh?
でしょうか。
What do you mean? A rifle? What should I do before bed? What should I do? Read a book?
本を読もうかしら。
A book sounds just right for tonight. I reached for the first spine that caught my eye on the shelf. Does this determine like whose route I go on? Or is this just like fun stuff you can do each day? Oh, it was Pride and Prejudice. This book was published in the early 19th century. Well over 60 years ago, in fact. Oh shit. It's a story of marriage, misconceptions, and love. I was more absorbed in its world with every page I turned. Damn, you really said you touch the madame, you get the 45. Would I ever experience a love that would make my heart dance so?
お怪我はありませんか、お姫様。
Are you alright, my princess? It couldn't be. Why would Lupin, what? Why did Lupin come to mind now? Pride and Prejudice, an old novel about marriage, misconceptions, and love.
今日は少し疲れたし。もう
Yo, when are we gonna read Wuthering Heights? I feel exhausted. Perhaps it's best I go straight to bed. I stood from my chair and moved to my bed. I then heard a knocking at my door.
どうぞ。
Come in.
失礼いたします。
Forgive my intrusion, my lady. Pendleton entered my room, and judging by the time, I could safely assume the reason for his visit.
この間の方々から話を聞くことはできたかしら。
Have you met with any of the people in that photograph? I pressed him on the very same photograph he presented to me. But Pendleton answered me as if reluctant to say more than necessary.
ええ、それが出花をくじかれてしまいまして。
It's unfortunate, but we've run into a small problem.
どういうこと？
Oh, what do you mean?
まず貿易商のクイーンシー子爵を訪ねたのですが、事故で亡くなられていたことが分かりました。
I made to visit your parents' old friend, Viscount Quincy, only to learn he was killed in an accident some years back. So everyone related to my parents are getting killed, huh?
事故で？詳しく教えてちょうだい。
In an accident? Of what nature?
ええ、ドッグランズ港へ商談に行かれた帰り、夜遅くに酒に酔った状態で馬車にひかれ、全身打撲でしばらくして亡くなったそうです。
A brutal one. On his way home from a business dealing at the port of London late at night, he was, whilst inebriated, struck by a carriage. He later succumbed to his injuries. Damn, he got run over?
そう。
How awful.
馬車で。
Pendleton leafed through a document with a furrowed brow, expression stern as could be.
ですが、事故にしては
That
不
being
審な点
said,
が多いよう
many
です。
mysteries are still swirling about this accident to this day.
不審な
You
点。
mean to say that it may not be an
つまりは
accident?
事件の可能性があるってこと？
ええ、断定するには不確定要
There
素
are
が
no
多く、
proofs to
はっきりし
to
た点も
furnish
少
my
ないですが、
suspicion.
疑
Yet
い
there are
に
several
は十分
points
か
which
と。
leave me concerned.
例えばどん
Like
な？
what?
現場は自宅
The
から
place
離
where
れて
his
いるの
death
ですが、
occurred was far from
自
his
宅に
home.
戻る経路
I
と
could
して
not
は
fathom why
だ
he
いぶ
would be
遠
where
回
he
りな場所だそう
was.
です。もう一点、
Certain
Queen Shi
peculiarities in the
Shaku Hida
testimonies of the
Bashan
carriage
業者の
owners
証言に
and driver give me
気になる点が
pause
いく
as
つか。
well.
そう。
I should like to learn more. Could you jot down your findings and present them to me
後で
later?
ちょうだい。
かしこまりました。
Yes, my lady. The first route
顔は
falls
正しくない
short.
わね。
Perhaps one of the others in the photograph
他
will
の
know
方々
something
にも
about my
両
parents?
親のことを聞いてもらえる？
Or they're all dead.
それにクイーンシー子爵が亡くなった時、他に気になることはなかったか確認してちょうだい。
And when interviewing them, See if they found anything was amiss regarding the Viscount's passing.
かしこまりました。他のご友人も追って当たってみます。
Of course, my lady. I'll get right to work contacting the next person. Testimony A, a collection of information related to my parents' murders, gathered by Pendleton. Can I read that? Oh, I can't click on diary. To be continued. Okay, this has got to be a catchy, right? The falsehood of Sherlock Holmes? Maybe it's not a catchy. Yeah, when do we use this stuff? Wait, huh? Oh! Oh, so that's what the diary's for? If you want to hear, like, certain voice lines, you can just record it here. Oh, okay. The morning was another pretty one for pleasantries and breakfast. Dessert as well, of course. No sooner had Pendleton finished clearing the table did he return with scones specially prepared for me. The rumor is the daughter of Viscount Brooks is missing, but I have my suspicions. The most likely possibility, as I see it, is that she's run away. I see it in the details. It isn't only Lady Isabella that's gone missing, but one of the servants, Alan Mayer, is nowhere to be found since. Other servants within the family are whispering links between the two, claiming they've been very friendly the past few months. Oh. They eloped. But is that enough to claim the two eloped? Ah, and if you would allow me to pour you some tea, my lady. I resumed with reading the paper as Pendleton served me his finest. I really like her, like, not in school outfit. What's up with her necklace that just says B on it, though? Her name doesn't even have a B in it. Is it B for bitchin'? Wonderful, Pendleton. With perfection, modest as my sips were, each one invigorated me to my toes. I loved everything he prepared for me, but it was nothing better for my spirit than his tea. It could be they struggled with the difference in their social classes. What have you been doing, though? Unlike some people, I didn't stay up your whole 8-hour stream doing in-game. What have I been doing? So we did Lupin's chapter last time, and he actually gave us a kiss. We actually got kissed during that chapter, and he managed to steal the earrings and the necklace. And he... Oh, what? Yeah! And then he wound up giving us the necklace and earrings before he kissed us. And we thought we got the real necklace back from Lupin, but I guess he still stole it. You don't understand this Alan's position. Have you ever experienced a similar love, Pendleton? Damn. I bet after the kiss you stayed up all night thinking of it. Excuse me. Have you struggled with love for one above your class? I shared the exact page I was reading. Pendleton's reaction was, well, it was unexpected to me. One that was difficult to put into words. You weren't suggesting that I may harbor, well, thoughts for you as a woman? I'm your dad, bro. What? It was so oddly inquired that it took a moment to understand what made the question an uncomfortable one. Did he think I was asking if I was a candidate for his affections? This is not what I was suggesting. I meant love in a general sense. Well, I love you as my daughter. I
そうです
see.
よ
I
ね
believe
安心い
that.
たしました
Your idea was so
まさかとは
ludicrous that I
思いました が
couldn't fathom why you proposed it.
まさかって何よ。
Is it so far-fetched that it warrants ludicrous? He spoke more freely than any butler I knew.
お嬢さん
Ahem.
先ほどの
To
ご
answer
質
your
問ですが
question, I've experienced something similar once
過去
before,
に一
yes.
度だけ
Was it my
そういう経験
mom?
がございました遠い存在の方ではありま
This
したが
woman was indeed out of my
心から
reach, but I
お
loved
慕い
her with
申し
all
上
my
げていま
heart.
した
そう。
Loved her, you say? So she's dead. Must be my mom. A wariness struck me. Somewhere within, for the murkiness of it all was indistinct, was a glimpse of a Pendleton I had never met. Very rare were the times he stood so close whilst his mind roamed outside my reach. Is that why he acts like my dad because he wishes he was my dad?
ところでお嬢様本日が何曜日か覚えておられますか
A change of subject is in order. You remember what day of the week it is, hmm? Yes, it was, as noted, but a glimpse. His stateliness returned by a single breath and a broad smile.
急に。
That is an abrupt change, and of course I do.
今日は日曜
It's
日
Sunday.
ええそうです何かお忘れではございませんか
Correct, and of course, what must be done on Sundays? Church?
日曜日。何か用事があったかしら。
Did I make arrangements? Nothing comes to
すぐ
mind.
に思い浮かばないけれど。
その様子だとすっかりお忘れのようですねああなんてことでしょう
That face is all the answer I need. Oh, how lamentable.
お嬢様は血生臭い事件で頭がいっぱいになっているなんて
What? You once busied your mind with sweets and dreams of a thinner waistline, but so obsessed you are now with affairs of homicidal nature so that you no longer have the mental capacity for one of life's most important rituals. Woe is me.
ペンデルトン泣き真似する暇があるのなら教えてちょうだい。
If what I'm forgetting is so important, you might tell me instead of pretending to wail like a baby.
わかりましたお嬢様日曜礼拝のことを覚えていますか
Have it your way. This baby wails because you forget morning mass. I knew it was church.
日曜礼拝。ああ
Mass? Oh dear, but I don't believe in religion. How could I? Sunday church was a large part of my routine. And part of my routine it would remain. And my life had become so full of late that even faith was shelved to the back of my mind?
いっけない私ったらすっかり忘れていたわ。
That is important. How terrible of me.
いけない私ったらというお顔ですね
Your face tells me you are thinking, how terrible of me. And I agree.
教会で祈り
Will
を
you
捧
go?
げれば
A bit of prayer at the
お嬢
church
様
ought
も
to
少
bring
し
you
は落ち着かれる
focus.
でしょう
確かに
That it would.
この
Much
まま
more than
休
staying
んでるよ
cooped
りは
up here for the day,
ずっといい
certainly.
かもしれないわ。
Wait, this was a Holmes chapter. Holmes goes to church? We didn't have lessons on weekends, and so it became a weekly battle to rouse myself in bed before the temptation to do nothing possessed me. The weather today was exceptional, and it would have been a waste to spend the day indoors in favor of bed sheets and slumberland. We arrived at St. James Church. Watson and Holmes were both in attendance. Damn.
おはよ
Good morning, Emily.
ごきげんよ
Good day to you both.
う、ホームズ。
あ
And to you. It feels strange to run into you somewhere other than
学校
school.
じゃないところで
I mean, we've run into each other a lot. We've been solving like a bunch of mysteries with them.
そうあ
Does
ー
it?
も
Suppose now you mention it, we've never met this early on a Sunday.
そんなことはどうでもいいだろ
What
う
difference does it
さっさと
make?
入りたまえ
I didn't come to stand outside. And we go.
うだから
Yes, and sparking orders is plenty more effective than a polite ask. Holmes, as he so often appeared, was in a tender mood that few would chance to remedy. This morning I wondered if he was especially sensitive, for his eyes were squinted from beneath with puffiness, and over from his lids, not unlike the way one copes with an unbearable headache. Did he stay up all night trying to figure out who Lupin was?
いくら寝不足だからって
Shouldn't sleep as you are. No one else knows but me. I'll kill you to say please.
寝不足なの？
Why? Do you feel well, Holmes?
ホームズ。
ああ大丈夫だだからさっさと
Like a real bench winner. Now, can we please go inside?
お医者様の卵さん、ちょっとどいてくれないかしら。
Would you step to the side, budding doctor? Oh, Marple!
マープルいつからそこに
Marple, how long have you been here?
そうね。おはようぐらいのあたりかしら。
When you said good morning, Emily, or so.
それほとんど初めじゃないか
That was the very first thing I said. Marple next turned from Watson to me.
ごきげんよ
A pleasant morning to you, Emily.
う。ごきげんよう、マープル。
And to you as well, Marple. She greeted with composure. Watson stood behind her, wearing an expression that was desperate to speak whilst left speechless.
この二人って
Never quite sure if they get on well or
いまいちよく
not.
わからないわ。
But what chance that we all met here? I had no plan secured later, and seeing them presented a number of wonderful ideas. I could have marched back home, head held high, knowing religious requirements had been done, and that I remained a well-to-do believer, but where would the fun be in that? I had to make use of this occasion. Ah, you know, some tea afterwards sounds like a perfect idea.
今度は遊びに来るわね。その時にはお菓子持ってくるわ。
Oh, are we gonna meet their landlady?
またね。
I'll come visit with delicious sweets next time. Thank you again.
そういえば、この間。
There's no time like the present.
ね
Watson?
え、ワタさん、ホ
Holmes?
ームズ。
あ
今日、ベーカー街
Would
の
it be
事務所
alright
に
if I
行ってもいい
pop
か
by
し
your
ら。
office later? Or could we walk together after the service was over?
俺は構わないよ
Of course it'd be alright.
全然
I'd be happy
気に
to
しない
have
ってい
you.
うか嬉しいよ
何を言ってるんだ
We
ワト
would
ソン君
not,
そんな勝手
Watson.
に
You can't decide on your own.
そうだ。マープ
I
ル
know. You should come with us, Marple.
僕の話を
So I've turned invisible. Yes, stay invisible, Holmes. No one likes you.
残念だけど、
I'd love to, Emily.
今日はちょっ
But
と用
I've
事があるの。
regrettably something else to take care of today.
そう。
That's a shame.
次の時はご一
I'll
緒
be
さ
sure
せて
to
いただ
come
くわ。
when the time presents itself.
だから、
You needn't look
そ
so
んな残
glum.
念そうな顔を
Hose
しないで。
before Holmes. For real. She stroked my hair to comfort me. It's kinda gay.
次
You
の
should
時
take
は
that as a promise.
あのさ
Yes. Emily? Watson, for his part, was reluctant to bring something up.
もしかして
Perhaps I've been too
本
forward.
当は迷惑だったんじゃ。
実は
You see, our flat is...
ご
Have
迷
you
惑
your
だっ
own
たなら
matters
い
to
い
take
の。
care of?
また別
If
の
the
機
timing
会
is
に。
inconvenient, I quite understand.
そうじゃなくてあんまりその綺麗じゃないというか
Oh no, nothing at the moment. I'm more worried that the place is, not tidy. I mean, you're a couple of teenage boys. Obviously, your room's gonna be messy.
どちらかといえば汚いというかそれでよければ
It's a real mess, if I'm honest. I hope that won't be a bother to you.
大丈夫よ。ちょっとぐらいなら。
It's not a bother. I'm sure you're making it worse than it is.
ちょっとか
Oh, I wish that was true. Did you live like this? Kind of pigsty are you living in? It was in the Baker Street office when I finally knew what Watson meant. This doesn't look bad. Imagine being messy. This post has been approved by the oh shit, I still have to clean my apartment for the upcoming inspection gang. You get inspections, Barn? Hello? Watson darted into one room, arms straining to carry a mass of books which had been previously scattered about this way and that. Straight after he darted out again, this time collecting a mountain of clothes and other misplaced knickknacks along the way. It wasn't cleaning, it was shuffling from one incorrect place to another temporary or very permanent incorrect place. If he's renting, that makes sense, yes. Ah. Really? And never at any kind of consistent rate. Oh, shoot.
私やっぱりお邪魔だったかも。
I guess California's just built different. I've lived in a lot of places that have been rented, but I've never, like, had an inspection done. Only really on, like, the yard, like the outside of a house, have we had inspections. Oh, hey there, Crystal! Will it be 3 months or 7 months between inspections? Who knows? I'm sorry, Crystal. Nani? Oh no, why'd you do that to Crystal? I should have come at another time. Was I pleased to have been invited? Absolutely. And once I arrived, did this change to a despondent hunch that I may be in the way? Most assuredly. As I stood and ready to excuse myself with a curtsy, Holmes entered with a tea set on a tray. At 2, Varn? Sadly, yes. Are you sorry, Varn? Are you? Nope. That's my boy. I raised him.
Miss Whiteley, 君のために
No
わざわ
one's
ざ
ever
紅
on
茶を入れてきた
Crystal's side. I'm sorry, Crystal. I would cheat if I could. I do have infinite points, but that would be wrong of me. I went to the trouble of making this for you, Miss Whiteley, so you'd best drink it. But thank you. There isn't poison in this by any chance, is there? I took a small sip. It's delicious.
当然だ
Of
この
course
僕
it
が
is. I brewed it.
あ、ホームズ、俺も欲しい。
Oh, Holmes, would you pour me a cup?
君はさっそうとこぼすじゃないか自分で入れたまえ
I'm not going to the effort of pouring a cup that will soon find itself all over the floor. Make your own. Have a little pity for me. Just then, we were interrupted by a knock at the door. Okay, I'll go hide in my library, in the dark, alone. No, come back, Crystal! Look! Look! I got my bunny ears back! Look, Crystal!
はいはい、どちら様ですか？
Yes, who is it?
お客様。
Were you expecting a visitor? It's the landlady. She's here to do the inspection.
今日は来客の予定はない
No one.
一
I
番
can
可能
only
性
assure
があ
they
るの
must
は
be here to give us
依頼だ
work.
すみません、少し
I
散
do
らかってますが
apologize for the mess.
こちらに
Please,
どうぞ。
right this way. Watson escorted the women inside. I would, at first glance and in simple terms, describe her as a middle-aged woman on the cusp of being referred to as elderly. Bun ears, yay! Barn giveth and barn taketh away. I like this meme. Twy probably, Elio and Crystal, Leonix, Barn. I raised that boy. The poor woman is terribly off color.
顔色。
ジャネット夫人
It's Madame Janet. When he observed her for himself, Holmes stiffened considerably and whispered her name in a low, unsettling tone. Janet? Is that a character from Sherlock? It was not 1 second later that he dived downwards to hide beside the table with a clumsy ka-thunk of movement. A clumsy maneuver on his part, strange in general by anyone's review, but made stranger from a man like Holmes. Stranger, you missed a redeem. Oh shit. Damn it! Damn it, Linux! I can't think of any, Janet? Huh.
どうしたの？
What's wrong, Hol-
僕の名前を呼ぶ
Do
な
not
Miss
speak my
Whiteley.
name. Holmes' glowering proved ineffective when paired with panic.
彼女は先月心臓発作で亡くなったアレックス・ジャネット公の奥さんだ
That woman is the wife of Duke Alex Janet. He died of a heart attack last month. Who's Ja? And why is she in my net?
すまない。僕は休養を思い出した。
Excuse me, I've just remembered something that needs my immediate attention. The boy detective continued with his bizarre behavior. It was first the table, next, a sprint to the wall. After this, slithering that fooled no one, and finally, a gallop through the door frame for his final escape.
あれちょっと待てよ。
Wait, Holmes!
黙りたまえ。
Hush! Holmes was a man of stern glares, and the intensity of the one he sent to Watson was historical.
そうだ、まだ。
Oh,
うん
by
いや
the way,
ホームズ君
Holmes?
は
What?
依頼人が来られたということは僕は邪魔になってしまうな。
It wouldn't do for me to be getting in the way while you have a client here.
というわけで僕はこれで帰らせてもらう。
I shall take my leave and return home at once. See you in class tomorrow.
ちょっと待てって。お前の家ここだろ。
Well, what's going on? This is your home. He ignored Watson's cries to stop and raced through the back entrance without further discussion. Nothing more could be done. I wonder just what's going through Watson's head
考え
now.
込んでいるみたいだけれど、
ジャネット夫人。
Pardon me. You're Madam Janet, if I'm not
それで
mistaken.
依頼っていう
Is
のは
there anything we can how may I help you? Home is simply where the homosexual tension is so thick you could cut it with a spork. Same with Holmes.
はい。私、
I
Holmes
have
さんに
something
ご
I
相
would
談
like
し
to
たいことがあ
discuss
っ
with
て。
Mr. Holmes directly.
ホームズに
Directly?
お噂は聞いてい
I've
たので
received
すが、
many credible
なかなか
words
決心が
regarding
つ
his
かなくて。
capabilities, but it was not till this moment that I could bring myself to arrange a meeting.
ですが、
I
明
am
日
to
の夕
leave
刻に
London
ロンドンに
tomorrow
立ち、
evening, and
家をしばらく空
naturally,
けること
my
になったん
pension
で
will
すが、
not be under my
それで
eye during my
依
time
頼する
away,
なら今しかない
meaning
と。
this is my last chance to request his help. Years gone, only a mirage, false hope. I return to the ether and fade into nothing. I'm sorry, Crystal.
きっと私の不安を取り
His
除
work
いて
is
くだ
as
さると
glowing
思っ
as
て、
his reputation, and I'm
このまま
certain
で
he
は
can put my
怖
mind
くて
at
屋
rest.
敷を開けるこ
As
とも
it
できま
stands,
せん。
I tremble at the notion of leaving my home unattended. Oh, hey there, Jackie! Oh, and thank you for the hydrate, Crystal. Okay, what happened, guys? What did I miss? Well, we went to church, and then, this lady here came in to, Holmes's house, and Holmes just, like, snuck out of the building because he doesn't want to work for her or something. And he he introduced Watson as Holmes so he doesn't have to do whatever she's gonna ask him to do, I guess. Must take care of Bun Bun before I disappear forever. Oh no, not forever! How unfortunate that he's just left.
出て行っちゃったけど、
Upon her final desperate plea, Watson righted his shoulders and lifted his chin to assume an aura of confidence. Whatever he was to say, he wished for it to be a bold declaration.
大丈夫ですよ、ジャネット夫人。
Pray, I would hear more
依頼内容を
details,
話して
Madam
ください。
Janet. Cute!
この僕がホームズ
I,
です。
Holmes, would be delighted to take on your case. You missed a redeem, streamer? Don't worry, I got it. Huh? I saw the redeem though. I turned it off. Okay. Bunny ears are back. Oh, thank you for the head pats. What? And this declaration was too much of a shock. All I could do was stare, mouth hanging open.
ワトソン、
He's gone mad. What is he thinking?
どういうつもりなのかしら。
まあ、あなたがホームズさんでしたの？すみません。 お噂で聞いていたよりもずっとたくましい方でしたから。
Character development. That character development will fly out the building the moment Crystal comes back, though. My, you're Mr. Holmes? Do forgive me for not realizing sooner. Of a sturdier figure than I was led to believe.
いけませんわ
I've
ね。
come out of
私
touch
ったら
with the world since I
主
stopped
人が
reading
亡
the
くなって
paper
から新
after
聞
my
すら読ま
husband's
なくなって、
passing. Sure will.
すっかり世間知らずになってしまったわ。でも嬉しいわ、依頼を受けていただけて。
But that's neither here nor there. I'm so very pleased by your enthusiasm. Madam was moved. Very genuinely, she stood and grasped his hand with a shaken, earnest grip.
ではそこに座ってください。話を聞きましょう。
Well, why don't we get comfortable here and you start from the beginning? It was only after he gently broke free of this that he indicated to a chair in the room.
その前に、そちらの女の子は。
Pardon my asking, but who is this young lady? Reverting back to non-daylight savings time is kicking my ass right now. Oh, are you waking up too late?
私は
Me? I'm...
ご紹介が遅れました。彼女は
え
ミス・ワトソン。僕の優秀な助手です。
Oh, I apologize for not introducing her earlier. She's Miss Watson, my very capable assistant. I mean, by the end of this route, I will become Miss Watson. That is true. I'm who? This is absurd, Watson. No, it's just very, very dark, and it's not even 7. It's throwing me off so bad. Yeah, I hate like the late winter, like daylight shit. I hate how dark it becomes so fast. I thought my jaw went unhinged. Watson tried desperately to convey a message without saying a word.
そんな無茶な。
He wants me to go along with this? Easier said than done. If only he said Mrs. Watson, it'd be a full point, right?
あら、助手のワトソンさんが女性だったなんて。
Oh, I've been told your assistant's name, but that she was a woman, that's quite a detail to have not heard from anyone. Yeah, I bet you thought that Arthur from the Great Arthurian Legends was a guy too. She made it no secret that she carried suspicion, and rightly so.
もうしょうがないわね。後で絶対文句を言ってやるんだから。
Very well, I'll play his game. He's getting a stern lecture from me as soon as we're alone.
そうです。私がホームズの助手のワトソンです。
How strange they never mentioned it, but I am indeed Watson.
お噂ですと、助手のワトソンさんは体格の良い力持ちな方と聞いていたのですけど。
I do not mean to question you, but all I've heard has suggested you appeared strong and burly. A trick in the waiting, madam. By all appearances, I don't look the part, but I'm a fair bit stronger than you would expect of my size. Here, if you still carry doubts, I'll show you by lifting up this cupboard. I amassed as much strength as my tiny arms possessed and successfully lifted it from the ground. And this was when my attempt to act as an accomplice went awry.
大丈夫かミス・ワトソン。
Are you alright, Miss Watson? I do not possess the absolute best posture for lifting heavy objects, so to pick this heavy thing up caused a pain so severe that I nearly let it smack the ground. The only reason I didn't drop was due to Watson, who came to my aid.
いや 実は彼女ついこの前まで大怪我しちゃってたんですよ。犯人を取り押さえるときに一悶着あって。
You could have just said that she's your assistant's, like, girlfriend or something. This would be a simple work for her, but she's in the middle of recovering from an injury. Nothing awful, mind. Only from a scuffle after apprehending a criminal.
なのにすぐ無理しちゃって。
One would expect she'd take more care in light of that, but she can't resist a challenge. Come now, Watson. Spare a thought for all the worry it causes me. I only like things getting darker if only because I get more sleep. That's true.
わかりましたので、あまり無理はなさらずに、
Yes, of
ワト
course
ソン
I
さん。
believe you, Miss Watson. So I
女
beg
の子がまた
that
怪
you
我な
take
んてした
proper
ら
rest.
いけませ
It
んわ。
would not do for a young lady to suffer injury on my account. Yes, you're right. Unable to disobey, I took my seat.
では
Right. Now that we're settled in, would you mind telling us everything? Watson gave a final glimpse of concern before returning to her client. We listened in silence as Madame Janet told her story. She spoke in a slow, aged manner, choosing her words with care and between depthful pauses.
では
I shall repeat everything in summary to ensure I understand correctly.
あなたは先
Your
月
troubles began when you lost your husband last month to a heart attack
多額の遺産を
and inherited his
相続する
fortune?
ことになった。
What is this Scarcon? Is this Thundercross split attack? Oh, get bunked, idiot! Oi!
しかしそれ以降
Since then,
あなたは
strange
周辺
things
で
have
異変が
occurred
起き
one
る
after the other.
と執事が屋敷で
Your
飼っている
butler was
蛇に
injured
襲わ
by
れ
a snake
怪我を
raised at the
負ったり
mansion. One of your
名簿の
maids
一人が
collapsed from
体調不良
illness.
を訴えて倒れたり
Oh, how could they?
奥様も2週
And
間
you
前
were
ロンドン
pushed
に
down
外
a
出した
staircase
際
during a
に
trip to London the
何者
fortnight
かに
previously.
階段から突き落とされそうになった。
自分や屋敷の者が遺産目当ての何者かに狙われているのではないか
All
という
this has
ことで
led
す
you to believe you and your servants are being targeted by someone after your inheritance, correct? It's the Yoshidomiyas!
はい。お願いです。私はともかく屋敷の者まで巻き込まれるのはもう耐えられません。
Yes, please, I beg you. I must have your help. If I were the only victim, I might continue to remain ignorant. I cannot bear to see those around me suffer.
明日、主人の実家で正式な遺産相続の手続きをする予定なのですが、このまま屋敷を離れるなんて。
What will happen come tomorrow when I am away? I have signed the formal inheritance proceedings at my husband's family home. I fear with all my heart for those under my employ. To speak so uncertainly would commonly lead to suspicion, but I would conclude this woman has an honest soul. These episodes brought her an unease that haunted her. This, with no trace of doubt, was the reason she spoke in such an irregular rhythm.
奥様、一つ確認したいのですが、亡く
Would
なっ
you
たご主
permit me
人
to
の
ask
他
if
に
you have any immediate
ご家族
family
は
other than your late husband?
養子の息子が一人おります。10年前に引き取ってテッドと言います。
A son who we adopted 10 years prior. His name is Ted.
ですが、半年前に家を出た後、なかなか顔を見せなくなって。
I've not seen much of him lately, however. He left home half a year ago. Live footage of Elio simply deflected the Emerald Splash Lappy. What is this? Bunny? Oh, cute! That's a little baby. And why did he leave?
ええ、跡取りのことで生前の主人と大喧嘩をして、それっきり出て行ってしまったんです。
He had a rather frightful quarrel with my husband over inheriting the family name before storming out. I wonder who could have done this to you. The guy that wants the inheritance? Nah, no way.
ご主人が亡くなったことや奥様の身の回りの異変を彼は知っているんですか？
Is he aware of his father's death? Or of these strange things you've been telling us?
主人が亡くなったこ
He
とは
knows
伝え
of
ま
his
したが、
father's passing, but
私のことは
none of what's
何も。
happening since I've
息
yet
子
to
は
see
葬
him
式に
since
顔を
the
出した
funeral.
きりですわ。
Damn.
その時もあまり話ができませんでしたわ。
We
腕を
had little
怪我してい
chance
た
to
のに
speak during the
その理
funeral
由
as it
も教え
was.
てくれませんでしたし、
When I noticed an injury on his arm, he refused to speak what caused it. Huh, maybe they're doing this to her not because of her husband, but because of her child? Maybe he got caught in something?
ジャネット夫人、息子さんには心配をかけたくないのね。
She mustn't want to worry him any more than necessary.
跡取りについて喧嘩したということは、息子さんは家を継ぎたくなかったんですか？
If it was a quarrel over matters of inheritance, then is it because your son has no desire to receive anything?
い
The
え、その
opposite.
逆です。
My husband expressed
主
to
人
him
が息子に
candidly,
言い渡
I
したの
won't
です。
allow you to inherit the
今
family
のお
name
前
as
に
you
は
are now.
家は
You
継がせ
still
られない
haven't
と。
solved my epitaph.
何か継が
Can
せ
you
られない
think of
理
any
由でも
reason
あっ
he
たん
would
です
say
か？
that? I'm afraid I can't.
私も理由まではわかりません。
She leant forwards, just subtly, ever so subtly this movement was, as if she wished to add something more. Then nothing came, for she decided against it.
今のところ整理
I
できる
think
情
that's the
報は
most
そ
we
れ
can
ぐらい
work
で
with
す
for the present.
では奥様、
Would it be any trouble if the two of us visited your mansion for a more thorough investigation? And hopefully steal some money? Damn. Seiko Minako ref.
ええ、構いませんわ。
Oh, it most
そ
certainly
の
would
ために
not.
ここまで
That
来
was
たよう
in
なもの
fact
で
the
す。
main purpose of my visit.
では
Thank you.
今から用意を
We'll
してき
need a
ますの
moment
で
to prepare,
ここで
so
お待ちください。
I hope you're comfortable waiting here for a moment.
そうだね。
Perfect. I'm gonna sort out this
ホームズのふりなんてして
higgledy-piggledy name business.
確かめなくっちゃ。
Higgledy-piggledy? I scrambled after Watson as he stepped into the next room.
思っていたより
This is a bigger
大きな
case
事
than
件
I
みたいだ。
expected. To effect the moment, Watson exhaled with loud drama as the door clicked behind us.
ワトソン、
Watson, just
Anata.
what are you up
一
to?
体どういうつもりなの？
さっきはいきな
Oh,
りごめん。
right. I hope you aren't too
あ
angry.
の君
You're,
平気？
not hurt, are you, Emily?
それはもう
I'm
大丈夫
perfectly
だけ
well. But was it really so necessary to lie?
ど。どうしてあんな嘘を？
その
I wouldn't
ホーム
have
ズの
if
言い
I hadn't heard out Holmes first.
ジャネット邸は
Madam
動物
Janet's
屋敷で
mansion
有名なん
is
だ。
well known for being
そ
full
ん
of
なとこに出向いたら
animals.
僕は
Were
生
I
きて
to
は
go to a place like that, I'd scarcely come back. Oh, is he allergic to something?
いや、そんなことは置いておいてだ。とにかく僕は他に休養ができた。
No, never mind that. Whatever the reason, I've another urgent task to look into.
この手紙に書いてあるものを調べなくてはならないからな。
I need to investigate something in this letter.
それじゃ、ここは頼んだ、ホームズ君。
It is of the utmost importance you work this case, Holmes.
というわけで
And there you have it.
ホームズ、
Does he do
動物
poorly with
苦手な
animals?
の？
This is funny timing. I was clicking through my old projects and opened your channel. How's it going after however long? Oh, hey there, Fierce. It's going alright. God, when did I see you last? It's been a while. Yeah. Hello. I'm doing alright. Currently don't have a job, but that's life, as it were. But otherwise, I'm getting along okay. Hope you're doing good.
本人は認めない
Never
けどね
admit it, but he's awful with
どう
them.
しよう
I'm not sure what we should do after hearing her story, though. This is no small case.
かといって断るわけにはいかないよな。あんなに不安になってるジャネット夫人を追い返すなんて。
I'll have to look into it to some extent, of course. You wouldn't turn away a woman in her state, would you? This laughable happening did not inspire a jest on Watson's part. This curiosity, this mystery, the situation that was dire to the woman inspired him to become the real Holmes. I don't got a job either, dealing with college instead. I wish I could go to college. My family won't drive me to college, so it's not like I can continue going until I have money to go. I would have to make do with being annoyed at Holmes over Watson then.
そういうこ
I
となら
couldn't,
私も
so
手
you
伝うわ
won't be going alone. I'm your assistant,
私
and
は
that is what
あな
assistants
たの
do.
助手だものね。
いきなりミス・ワトソンなんて呼んじゃってごめん。怒った？
I am sorry for calling you Miss Watson out of blue the way I did. Really, I am. You aren't bothered, are you? Not at all. I already imagined myself as Miss Watson.
びっくりはしたけれど、怒ってなんかいないわ。私だってジャネット夫人を助けたいし、
I was
あなたの
startled,
力
but
に
not
なりたい
bothered.
の。
At this point, I would like to help Madame Janet as well, and you.
ありがとう。
Thank you, Emily. He lives by playing just to impress in Roblox.
あら、今の
Yeah,
私
that
は
Roblox
ミス・ワトソンでしょ
sponsorship
ホームズさん。
did pretty well, considering it was only 7 days long. Thank you again, everyone that participated in that with me. Emily, I think you'll find I prefer to be called Miss Watson. Isn't that right, Holmes?
そうだった。
Oh, of course. Right.
君がミス・ワトソン。俺、なんでそんなことを簡単に。
How could I give her my surname like it's nothing at all? Oh, hi there, Phoenix! Welcome! How you doing today?
ああ、もう夫婦でもないのに。
It's not the same as being married to her, you idiot. Oh, we will get married soon, Watson. Just you watch.
ワトソン、どうしたの？
Is something the matter, Watson? Well, I'm gonna get back to school stuff. Have a good stream. Yeah, see you later, Fierce.
なんでもない。早くジャネット夫人のところへ行こう。
Nothing. Oh, let's go back. Madam's been kept waiting long enough. You better be looking for another sponsor. You better do it or else. Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I saw a Honkai Star Rail one, but I feel like everyone's already downloaded Honkai Star Rail. We then set off for the mansion, which we discovered was situated along the outskirts of London. Next sponsor one. It took but our immediate arrival to see why it was known for its animals. The garden, vast and surrounded by a sturdy fence, was home for breeds of all kinds to roaming ducks. Oh, ducks? Dogs, cats, ducks, pigs, and others were in view. Tomorrow.
あー、すごい。動物がお好きなんですか？
What a sight! You must love animals, don't you? I've been sleeping and gaming all day. Heavy storm since yesterday. Oh, geez. I hope you're alright where you live, Phoenix. I hope you've been having fun with the gaming, though.
亡くなった主人が動物好きで、海外の珍しい動物なども集めていたんです。
My late husband was particularly fond of them. He would bring in all manner of exotic creatures from abroad to raise them without a second thought. We can do better than Mihoyo.
こ
Yeah.
の辺りではちょっとし
The
た動物
Roblox
園さんで
sponsorship
す。
that lasted like 7
動
days
物
did
を
better
見に
than the
屋
Zenless
敷
Zone
を
Zero
訪ね
one.
る方もたまにいらっしゃいましたわ。
The mansion is treated as something of a zoo amongst the locals, as we have visitors who come from time to time to look at them.
2年以上
Sucks that
前
it's
にな
only
り
for
ま
new
すけど、
players,
動
yeah.
物学の権威であるライオネル男爵もこちらに来たことがあるんですよ。
It became so known that a respected zoologist, Baron Lionel, once came to admire the grounds 2 years ago.
標本作
It's
成や
because
狩猟、
Mihoyo sponsors
Tsunegarini
seem to
積
suck,
極的
yeah.
な方で
It's
し
just
た
like
け
all the
ど、
other ones are like,
彼も
hold on.
珍しい動物には喜んでいらっしゃいましたわ。
All the other ones are like games I wouldn't want to stream. Like, let me see. What are all the other ones that are available? There's Rise of Kingdoms, Factor, Honkai Star Rail, Genshin, Heroes Land, Royal Match, Merge Studio, Fashion Makeover, Dice Dreams, Domino Dreams, Candy Crush Saga, Guns of Glory, Lost Island, Monopoly Go, and Watcher of Realms. None of the other ones really stand out to me. They all seem like kind of shitty mobile games.
珍しい動物か。ちょっと見てみたい気もするけど。って、
I'd love to see some of the more exotic ones if I could.
どうしたの？あと、
What is it, Holmes?
ホームズ？
Heck, not soon enough.
ああ、さっきからこいつ俺の、あ、いや、僕の後ろをずっとついてきてるから。
Well, this bloke, fellow has been following me since we stepped in. You streamed the Booba game. How bad could it be? It's like merge games and stuff. It's like not very fun to stream. Behind Watson was a stunning jet black horse. Why do most of those sound like mobile games? 'Cause they are. It's always only mobile games that give sponsorships. I wish, like, game companies could give me sponsorships, but they won't. Well, he's always been reluctant to approach anyone who wasn't my husband. You must have a way with animals. Shirimo, what would you call Apocalypse? Listen, Apocalypse was shitty, but I didn't mind playing it. I didn't mind streaming it, I should say. Like, if it wasn't so heavy and a lot of stuff, I could find myself enjoying it. If they, like, reduced, like, half of the stuff that's in the game. I've been known to attract them, yes. Candy Crush? That one has that Microsoft money, though. Oh, really? Hold on, let me check it out.
この子の前では
Let me check on stream
吸うのを
elements.
控えていま
What
した
they're
わ。
offering. Because there's also some of these that are like, all of them are like, spend money! Let me see. $2 for level 15, $1 for level 40, $3 for level 60, $5 for level 100, $6 for level 150, $5 for level 250, $6 for 300, $9 for level 400. Purchase a $9.99 pack, you get $15. Purchase $19.99 pack, you get $23. And a reimbursement plus $30. That kinda doesn't sound good. Yeah. It kind of sounds like you'd have to grind super hard to get like a good amount. And also they're kind of stingy with the money packs. Like in Roblox, you spend $10, you get $40 back. For this one, you spend $10, you get $14 back. It's kind of stingy. My husband loves smoking so that he had his pipe lighted whether in the house, a carriage, or anywhere else, except in front of this very horse. Like, I love you, bud, but I will not go through 200 levels for you to get $6. Yeah, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. Yeah, that's very stingy.
喫煙家が喫煙を控えるくらいだから、よっぽど大事にしてたんで
I'd
しょう
rather
ね。
take on something that would either be like really short to blitz through or something that would make up for the effort. And that seems like neither of those. 'Cause I think, is it a 30-day one too? Yeah, it's a 30-day one too. Like, if it was like, that's why I didn't mind Roblox, because it was a short blitz, and you only had like a very limited thing to do. And you got a lot for it, which was nice. That's stingy. Yeah, that seems insane to me, actually. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever take that one on. It's quite a bond he must have had. A real task it is to separate a smoking man from his pipe. I mean, Candy Crush is fun, but that's a lot for very little. Yeah, it's like 300 levels? That takes like forever. Watson mentioned to stroke the horse in a way that said he had done so 1,000 times before. The horse in turn lowered its head and appeared all too pleased with the attention. What's the Honkai Star Rail one look like? Oh, $16 for level 8. Look, how much he's enjoying himself. Yeah, the Honkai Star one's not bad. Seems like another short blitz one, but I don't know. I feel like everyone's already downloaded Honkai on their phones. I adore horses, so I'd be real I'd tickle pink if he is. In moments, there was a healthy crowd of surrounding Watson. Birds flitted atop his hat, curious dogs grew excited, and other animals arrived to beg for a loving pet. It's not bad, but I wonder how many people already installed it. I imagine a lot of people here have already installed it. I was literally just playing Honkai Star Rail. Yeah. I figure most people have already installed it on their phones at some point or other. Watson, are you attracting them on purpose?
亡くなったご主人が動物が好きだったらしいから、ちょっといろいろとね。
She did say her husband loved them, didn't she?
捜査はそういった外堀から埋めていかなきゃ。
I had to stand in his boots before solving a mystery about him. The more proofs, the better. Fibber.
そういえば、執事さんを襲った蛇もここで飼っていたんですよね。まさか話し飼いに？
Speaking of animals, you mentioned you were raising the snake that attacked your butler. If I recall correctly, it isn't allowed to roam the grounds freely, is it?
さすがに沼マムシを放し飼いにはできませんわ。ご安心を。
Oh no, we couldn't possibly let a swamp adder wander on its own. What about the best game ever though, Raid Shadow Legends? I think they did have a raid one, but like, too many people grabbed a spot or something. Yeah, I don't see raid. I knew of swamp adders. They were known for their incredible size. Reports had measured them to be up to 190 centimeters in length. Oh, to see a snake so massive in person! I lacked the imagination for it, but the venom they produced must be potent. Raid is actually my gold standard for gacha gameplay? Really?
襲われた執事さんは大丈夫だったんですか?
Did your butler recover? I'll be real, I don't even know the gameplay of Raid. Yeah, me neither. I've never downloaded Raid before.
ええ、幸いにも蛇に噛まれることもなく、避けた際にかすり傷を負う程度で済みました。
By God's grace, yes. He managed to avoid being bitten directly and only received a small scrape as he moved out of its path. It's whatever. You can set it to autoplay and it skips the story.
彼が無事で本当によかった。元はといえば、あれは私が。
I'm so relieved he wasn't hurt. It was only because of...
お帰りなさいませ。
I played a while back closer to when it was new. I think I enjoyed it. Huh. Welcome home, madam.
これは
What's this?
童
I
話に
was
出て
under
く
the
る笛吹きで
impression
も
you had
連れ
gone
てき
to
たのです
enlist the
か。
help of a detective.
奥様
Not
は
the Pied
探
Piper.
偵事務所に行くとおっしゃっていたのに。
The number of animals gaily trailing behind Watson increased by the minute.
あらあら、ホームズさんは面白い方ね。
Hi, you are a character, Mr. Holmes.
いや、それほどでも。
You flatter me.
ロト、中で待っていてもよかったのよ。
There wasn't any need to come all the way out here to welcome me, Lot.
ちょうど飼育小屋から戻る途中でしたので。
Perhaps so, but I happen to be returning from the stable.
ご紹介しますわ。彼がちょうど話していた執事のロト。屋敷の中でも一番長く私たちに仕えています。
I wish to introduce the two of you to Lot, the butler I spoke of earlier. He's been working for us longer than any other.
ロト、こちらが名探偵のホームズさんと助手のワトソンさんよ。わざわざロンドンから来てくださったの。
Lot, this is the famed detective Sherlock Holmes and his assistant, Mrs. Watson. They came all the way from London's heart after hearing my story.
そうですか。では、屋敷の中へご案内します。
I see no one in this
こちらへ。
mansion reads the newspapers. Is that so? Then I will show you to the mansion. Right this way.
変わった執事さんね。
He's an unusually gruff butler.
不愛想でごめんなさいね。でも彼は亡き主人からとても信頼されていたんです。真面目で優しい人なのよ。
Forgive him. He isn't an especially friendly man on the surface, but you'll not find a man more kind or diligent. My husband trusted him wholly.
大丈夫ですわ、奥様。彼がいい人だって。
Oh, there's nothing to forgive. I knew he was a good man.
え、どうして？
You did? How?
だって庭の動物たちがみんなロトさんに懐いているもの。動物が寄ってくるところ、まるでホームズとそっくりだわ。
Because all the animals here love him. They flock to him the way they did to you. What? Wait. I feel like she said Watson twice in this. Hold on. I feel like I heard her say it twice.
だって庭の動物たちがみんなロトさんに懐いているもの。動物が寄ってくるところ、まるで
Yeah, she said it twice.
ホームズとそっくりだ
She
わ。
said they flocked to Watson.
そういうものかな。
And that wasn't. Are they just gonna ignore that she referred to him as Watson? And that alone is enough to know?
きっとロトさんは日頃から動物
You
のお世話
surely
をしてい
spent many years watching over them.
る。だとしたら、そんなロトさんに飼っていたヘビが急に襲いかかるものなのかしら。
Which only adds to the mystery.
さっき
Why
ジ
would
ャネッ
the
ト夫
snake
人も
choose to
何か
attack
言いかけ
him?
ていたけれど。
And Madame Janet looked terribly desperate to speak up earlier. What's up, Watson? I placed those observations comfortably at the forefront of my mind as we were led into the mansion. We were welcomed by two maids, Ash and Sophia. Let's go, maids! Woohoo! Ash, Sophia, and Lot were the only three servants who lived with the madam.
奥様や皆さんを狙っているなら、おそらく犯人はこの屋敷や近辺に潜んでいる可能性が高いでしょう。
When we consider how the culprit has been targeting you, it's likely they're lurking either here or nearby.
すみませんが、屋敷内を調べさせてください。
If we have your blessing, we'll survey the mansion for clues of any kind.
ええ、もちろんですわ。
By all means. She continued to guide us around the mansion, presenting us several places of interest. We explored the garden, the attic, the servants' quarters, but they lacked evidence of any kind. Not so much as a stray hair out of place. It was all too perfect.
屋敷の中に外部のものが侵入した形跡もなさそうね。
I don't see anything that would show they came from the outside.
あ
Ugh. Watson tripped over a table. A vase set on top of it tipped violently downwards. Oh no! I was able to catch it just before it hit the ground. My heart was seized first with the rush of the unexpected, then seized again with the purge of a rush having come to pass. God, it would have been awful had it broken.
大丈
Are
夫
you
ですか？
だ大丈夫
No,
です
I'm alright. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
わざわざ屋根裏まで
You
見
go
せて
to
も
all
らっ
this
て
trouble and I almost break your vase.
い
Please
い
don't concern
お
yourself.
気になさらず。
Are you okay, ma'am? Madam Janet went to Watson's side in concern, but in my alertness, did I suspect something wasn't right?
奥様、
Are you
大丈夫ですか？
alright, ma'am?
なんだか
You've looked rather
屋敷
short
に
of
つい
breath
てく
since
る
our
敵
arrival.
が。
I was correct.
奥
Madam!
様、
She collapsed. It was Watson who went to her, then the other way around. And as he did, he very carefully raised her, arms supporting her whole back. He took to examining her as a doctor would.
奥様、どうしたんで
What's
す？
happened, madam? Lot's voice trembled from the sight. He'd extended his arms as she fell like Watson, but was just shy of meeting her.
呼吸が浅くて
Her breathing is shallow and heartbeat is
ただの
rapid,
呼吸にしては
but it's
顔
her
色が
color
悪
that
すぎる
concerns me. It looks far too poor for this to be a simple respiratory disorder.
早く
Let's
奥
take
様
her
を部
to
屋
her
に。
room at once.
案内をお願いします
Lead the way. The butler waited for Watson to cradle the madam in his arms before showing him to her bedroom for rest. I followed.
申し訳あ
I'm
り
so
ません。
terribly sorry for
ご
all
迷
this.
惑をおかけして
Aww,
気にしないでくだ
there's
さ
no
い。
need for that. If I may ask, have you been
ひょっとして、
feeling unwell the
奥様、
entire time you've been with
今まで
us?
ずっと具合が悪かったのでは？
What of her visit to Baker Street? This incident brought to mind how off color Madame Janet was when we first introduced. She never once appeared well, but could I have mistaken this for age and nerves? I suppose I'm
無理は
paying the
禁
price
物
for
ですよ
taking more
ね。
rest.
主
Ever
人
since
が
my
亡くなっ
husband
てか
died,
らよく
headaches,
頭痛
stomach
や腹
pains, and
痛
nausea.
それに吐き気を起こすようになってしまって
Are you getting haunted?
ご主人が亡くなっ
This
て
all started after his death?
ホームズさん
You'll
も
have
す
to
みません
pardon
でし
how I
た
forced you to
捜
carry
査
me,
の
Mr.
途中だった
Holmes.
というの
I
に
never meant to disrupt your investigation.
こっちこそすみません奥様に無理をさせてしまって
It was my pleasure. I feel terrible for having made you guide us when you were in such a state. Lot blamed himself. I could see it in how he clenched his fists, not out of rage, but to contain a guilt that festered beneath the flesh. Okay, maybe it's not Lot. I was thinking maybe it's Lot, because it's usually like the butler in this case. It seems like he cares for her.
無理だなんてとんでもありませんわ私にはこれくらいのことしかできませんもの
I could never fault you when I said nothing. To guide you was the least I could do. If only I could do more.
アーシェが倒れた時だって突き落とされかけてソフィアに助けられた時だって私はただうろたえることしかできませんでしたわ
It was the same when Ash collapsed, and when I was pushed down those stairs. Sophia had to save me. All I could do was panic. I mean, it could still be the butler. It could.
そうそう
Maybe
ま
it's
だ
the
案
maid
内の
though.
途中でしたね私は動けませんけど
And how terrible that I hadn't finished showing you the mansion. But the animals here loved the butler.
代わ
I
りに
can't suspect an
あちら
animal
に
king.
控えているロトとその隣にいる二人ソフィアとアッシュに案内をお願いしますわ
So long as you find them agreeable, Lot, Sophia, and Ash shall finish in my stead. Carry me next.
三人とも私が信頼している人間ですからどうぞご安心くださ
I
い
don't know if you should trust them with your life, ma'am. I trust them with my life. They will, without doubt, provide you with all the assistance you might need. It could all be an act. It could. We retired from the bedroom in order for the madam to rest.
まだ調べていないのは調理場と亡くなったご主人の書斎か。
The places we had left were the kitchen and her husband's study, I think.
ロトさん、もし大丈夫であれば飼育小屋も見せていただいても。
Would it be possible to see inside the stable as well, Lot?
構いませんよ。
Certainly.
ミス・ワトさん、そんなに珍しい動物が見たいのか？
I hadn't taken you as one to be so interested in exotic animals, Miss Watson.
それもあるけれど、ロトさんに襲いかかった沼マムシがちょっと気になって。
It's true that I'm curious about them, but I'm most curious about the swamp adder.
それじゃあどこから調べようかしら。
Well then, where shall we investigate first? If it's no trouble, I want to visit a few places. Let's go to the stable.
飼育小屋を見せてください。
Could you show us inside the stable then? Lot was the one to oblige and guide us.
ワトソンさんは動物は大丈夫ですか？
Wait, hold on. Do the other choices have me go with maids? This is very important.
調理場を見せてもらっても。
Perhaps we could see the kitchen? Let's go. Okay, sorry, buddy. I want to be with the maid, though. Sorry. Sophia was the one to oblige and guide us.
こちらです。
Here we are.
食器も調理器具も完璧に整理されていますね。
Look, there's every piece of cooking equipment under the sun in here.
メイド長として奥様に食事を任されていますから、これくらいは当然ですよ。
As the head maid, I'm charged with preparing the madam's meals. These are simply the tools I need for the job. You know, I hate to be suspicious of the maid, but we did have a case where the person that was preparing the meals gradually made someone sick, so this might be a repeat.
ソフィアさんは
I doubt they do that though,
ここに来て長い
right?
ですか？
Have you been working here for long?
こちらにお世話になり始めたのは
Maids
2年
come
前です。
first.
奥様からメイド長に指名されたのはちょうど半年ほど前ですね。
About 2 years ago, I suppose. I was appointed as head maid roughly 6 months ago.
指名だなんて信頼が厚いんですね。
Appointed by her personally? She must trust you quite a bit.
私なんてロトさんの方がよっぽど頼りになります。
Oh, I wouldn't presume that. Lon is much more dependable than I am.
亡くなった旦那様はどこへ出かけるにもロトさんを一緒に連れていました。
Wherever his grace went, he would take Lot with him.
発作が起こった日も旦那様はロトさんを一緒に連れて行こうとしていましたし、
He had so wished to accompany him the day of the heart attack. The atmosphere around the women darkened.
旦那様は帰宅する馬車の中で突然発作を起こされたそうです。
From what I've been made aware, it was very sudden. Aboard a cab when he was on his way home.
その日体調を崩していたロトさんは随分自分を責めていました。どうして旦那様と一緒に行かなかったのかと。
It was one of the few times Lot hadn't accompanied him due to illness. He blames himself for not being there. So he was sick when he had a heart attack? He couldn't predict a heart attack.
亡くなったご主人は
Did the master
何か
suffer from a
持病
chronic
を患ってい
disease?
たんですか？
いえ、愛煙家でいつもパイプを吸われていたこと以外にはご病気なんて。
Nope, he was a heavy smoker who loved his pipe, but he never suffered from a disease of any kind. Maybe you just didn't know that he was suffering from a disease. I feel like smoking from a pipe a lot would cause some health complications. I don't know.
原因不明
And the cause of his heart attack is unknown?
なんだかすみません。
Excuse me,
暗
I
い
feel
話
as
に
though
な
I
って
should
し
have
まっ
said
て。
nothing. All I did was dampen your spirits. He was sick when he had a heart attack. Doesn't sound healthy to me, not gonna lie. Well, she was saying that the butler was sick when the master had a heart attack.
いえ
So that's why the butler wasn't with him when he had his heart attack.
お屋敷の食事はいつもソフィア
Oh, don't be. We appreciate you talking to us. Do you, prepare all the meals in the mansion yourself?
はい。配膳はほとんどアーシャに
Ash
任
is
せ
the
て
one
い
who
ます
sets
が
the table and takes the food out, mind.
メイドさんなのに
It's impressive how you handle the cooking in addition to your regular
すごい
cleaning
ですね。
duties. You remind me of my family's butler. Except your last name.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
ですが、
Although... Sophia raised an eyebrow in suspicion. Aren't you not a noble lady, Miss Watson? Couldn't be. Smoking's not unhealthy at all.
ワトソン様はご
Would
自
it
分のお屋
be
敷をお持ち
impolite
な
of
の
me
で
to
すか？
ask if you live in a mansion
ホー
of
ム
your
ズ様
own
の
if you have
助
a butler?
手なんです
I've
よ
been
ね
under。the impression you were Mr. Holmes' assistant.
ソフィアさん
I've
は
got a question.
奥様が階段から
You
突き
helped
落と
the
された
madam
のを
when she was
助け
pushed
た
down
ん
the
ですよね
stairs a fortnight ago,
一週間
correct?
前にロンドンで
Watson stepped in to help after he noticed my fumbling and fidgeting. Good show, real Watson.
その時
Did you happen to see the face of the one who pushed her?
すみません。
Sadly,
あ
I
の
did
時は
not.
奥様を
I was
助け
so
るのに夢
focused on
中で
assisting her that I never looked her in the face.
細身の女性
I only
だっ
recall her
た
being
と
a
しか。
slender woman.
細身の女性
Oh,
で
so
すか
she was slender? A
だそうだ
fortnight?
ミス・ワトソン
Will you make a note of it, Miss Watson?
そのようね。
Absolutely,
Holmes.
Holmes.
私ったら、ワトソンのおかげで助かったわ。
I'm such a fool. That could have been much worse had Watson not stepped in. I then noticed a single meat pie, fully prepared and looking ready for partaking.
あれ？あんなところに。
I wonder what that's doing there.
ところでそのミートパイすごく美味しそうですね
Did you bake that? It just looks delicious. Did he refer to it as a meat pie? Hold on. Oh, it is a meat pie. Wait, no. It didn't look like a meat pie to me. It looked more like a pumpkin pie.
よろしければお一
Would
つい
you
かが
care
です
for
か？
one?
本当にいいんですか
When there's only one?
ちょっとホームズ？
No, let's not get distracted.
ええ、多めに作ってありますのでどうぞ。
I insist you have this one, as I've made plenty.
それではいただきます
Alright, if you insist.
すごくうまい美味しいですね
God, this tastes absolutely scrummy. Pardon, it's scrumptious. Watson inhaled the pie in what felt like seconds.
もうワトソンったらこんな時に。
See here, Watson, we're here to investigate. That does not look like a meat pie to me either. Yeah, it looks like a pumpkin pie. Scrummy.
そんなに勢いよく食べて
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
あの人にそっくり。
Hey there, Moggy. You certainly finished that in a hurry. You remind me ever so much of someone else I know. Her lip formed a gentle smile, but there was a touch of loneliness that I could not dismiss.
あの人ですか？
Who do you mean?
その、なんでもないです。その、旦那様もミートパイがお好きだったので。
Oh, pardon me. I was reminded of how the master loved meat pies. Something wasn't right about her reaction, but what? What piece of the puzzle was I missing?
もう一ついただいてもいいですか
Could I perhaps have another? Is she baking people into her pies? She's from the back streets.
もう早く行きましょう、ホームズ。
Enough, Holmes. We must get back to work. Try as we did, there was nothing out of the ordinary in the kitchen.
それじゃあ次は別の場所を探しましょう。
Oh, let's have a look somewhere else.
そうだな
Right. We left the kitchen to continue our work. There's no trouble. Okay, let's go to the study.
ご主人の書斎を見せてもらっても？
Might we see the master's study then? Ash was the one to oblige and guide us. More maid time! Woohoo!
綺麗に片付いてるな。
It's very tidy in here, isn't it?
この書斎は生前旦那様がいつも仕事をなさっていたお部屋です。
She's pretty. The master did all of his work here.
旦那様が亡くなった後もこの部屋だけは奥様が自分でお掃除をなさってるんです。
Since his passing, the madam has asked to be the sole person to clean this room.
奥様、
She must miss him sorely.
ご主人が大切だったんですね。
ええ、とても仲睦まじいお二人でした。
I agree. They were a truly darling couple.
唯一意見が合わないことがあったとすれば息子のテッド様のことぐらいです。
The only issue they never saw eye to eye on was in regards to their son, Ted.
もしかして後取り問題で揉めたとか？それとも教育方針が合わなかったとか？
Was this a dispute on if he should inherit the family name, or was it more to do with his education?
あまり口外しないでほしいんですけど。
I beg that you not breathe a word of this to anyone, as I would be speaking out of turn. The maid lowered her
テッ
voice.
ド様は少し
I'm a fan of her hair color. Yeah, I like her nice, like, little
悪い
green,
方
kind
だ
of
っ
like
たんです。
almost pastel-y, but not quite green hair. Like, it's kind of dark and kind of light. It's a nice shade. Ted was not a man of impeccable conduct, to say the least.
旦那様はテッド様の酒癖の悪さや賭け事好きをいつも叱っていたんですが、
The
聞く
master
耳を持た
frequently
なくて
scolded him of his habitual drinking and gambling, but he never showed any signs of listening.
しかも女癖も最悪、
His behavior towards
Yeah,
women was
大変よ
appalling,
ろしくなかったそうで、
lacking, some might say.
それが理由で辞
We've
め
had
るメイドもい
maids
た
who
そうです。
resigned because of him.
ジャネット夫人
But
は
Madame Janet is such a lovely woman. Did they spoil him too much as a boy, perhaps?
ちょっとホームズ。
Holmes, that's not appropriate.
いえ、ホームズ
His
様の言う
suspicions
通
are
りだと思い
acceptable
ま
from
す。
my perspective, Miss Watson.
旦那様と奥
The
様に
master and
は子供が
mistress
生まれ
couldn't
な
be
かったか
blessed
ら
with a child.
養子の
So
テ
I
ッド
hear they
様
took
は
to pampering
甘やかされ
Ted a
放題
great
だったと
deal.
いう話を聞きました。
May I
アー
ask
シ
an
さんは
unpleasant
大丈夫だったんで
question?
すか？
Did you ever fall victim to this
女癖の悪い
womanizing alcoholic
酒飲み
brute?
博打好きのご子息に手を出されちゃったりなんてことを。
ホームズ。
Holmes?
間違
That
って
may
い
be a
ないでしょ
perfectly
うけど
accurate description, but it's not one you should be using here. Have more tact.
え？
Huh?
じゃあ
What?
どんな風
Then
に言えば
how shall I describe him? Well, one might also think of him as an enthusiast. An enthusiast of women.
お酒と賭け事
I've
は
heard
い
of
いだろうけど
gambling and alcohol enthusiasts, yes, but to call a man an enthusiast of women seems less tactful to me. Right?
あなたに
Well,
は言わ
I
れた
still
くない
find
セリ
you
フ
have
ね。
the least tact between us.
お二人とも
The two of you are
楽しい
quite
方なんです
entertaining, if you
ね。
don't mind me saying. You two should go out. At least, however Watson acts out of turn, he's still leagues more polite than the actual Holmes, right? Holmes, the actual Holmes would be saying so many offensive stuff. Her comment snapped the two of us back to attention.
すいません。
Goodness,
お
we didn't 話 mean
の
to
続きを
interrupt.
お願いします。
Please, continue.
ちょうど私が
Of course.
このお屋敷に来た
When I
時、
first arrived,
Ted
Ted
様が
was... how to
その
put this? The way in which she cast her eyes downwards, reluctant to finish her sentence, perhaps told me more than if she had spoken the whole truth.
ソフィアさんとお付き合い
He
をされ
appeared
てい
to
た
be
ような
seeing
ので、
Sophia, so he
私は
showed
特
no
に
particular interest in me. Sophia was the lady that we saw earlier, huh?
ソフィアさんと
Sophia? They were lovers?
はい、
Yes.
半年前
Their
にテッド
relationship
様が屋敷
continued
を出
right
ていく
until he
ま
left the
で。
mansion half a year ago. I think it might be Sophia.
ですけど、テッド様が屋敷を
I
出て
can
も、
only assume it's
Sophia さんはメ
ended
イド長
since
と
she
して
is
残
here
った
and
の
he
で、
is long gone.
二人は別れたのだろうと。
Or maybe she's here to slowly poison and get rid of everyone.
そう
It must
だ
have
っ
been
た
hard
ん
on
です
her.
か。
まあ、男女の仲なんてそんなものですよ。時間が経って距離が空けば
自然と他人に戻るものです。
That's simply how love is. No matter how powerful a bond two people share, with enough time and distance, that bond can fade to be as though it were never there at all. Ash was content to have a cynical view of romance.
そういうものですか？僕はずっと大事に思っているのもありだと思うんですけど。
Surely it isn't always like that. Wouldn't you prefer to treasure those memories of someone you loved?
ホームズ様は名探偵ですけど、まだまだ経験不足のようですね。そちらに関しては。
You speak like a man when a mystery needs solving, but I see you're still a boy where matters of the heart are concerned.
え、そちらって一体どちらに？
What do you mean?
アーシュさんは前に体調不良で倒れたことがあるって聞きましたけど。
We heard of your recent collapse from illness. Are you well now? I couldn't take seeing the conversation take any more strange turns.
はい。頭痛や腹痛、あと吐き気がありましたけど、今はもうすっかり元気になりました。
Very. I did suffer from headaches, stomach pains, and nausea for a time, but I feel right as rain now. She sensed unease and smiled kindly to reassure us.
頭痛と腹痛と吐き気ですか？
Headaches, stomach pains, and nausea? This sounds just like that one case with the lady that got poisoned by her best friend.
この症状ってジャネッ
Or
トの
that.
友人と
Or that. Her symptoms match that of Madame Janet's.
奥様の代わりにこの部屋のお掃除を頼まれてとっても張り切ってたんです。それなのにその途中で倒れるなんて情けない。
The madam once requested I clean the study in her place upon her own illness. It was an honor to have been asked, but then I too grew ill before I could complete my work. What shame as a maid. Is there like something in this room that's making people sick or something?
そのせいで壁のシミもそのままになってしまいました。その前日に降った大雨のせいで以前よりもシミがひどくなったというのに。
Do you see those damp patches on the wall? I wish to be rid of them, but there they remain. They looked worse after it rained the day before.
この屋敷もずいぶん長い間使われているようなので、雨の日も至る場所の壁に水が染み出してしまうんです。
It is not uncommon for such patches to appear, for the mansion is older than it looks, but that doesn't make me any more fond of seeing them.
壁のシミは雨水のせいだったんですね。
Is it black mold? Maybe. Ah, then the soul causes rainwater? Everyone's getting sick from the mold. I focused on the walls when an apt question came to mind.
そういえばこの書斎だけ他の部屋と壁紙が違うんですね。
I
他の
wonder,
部屋は
why is the wallpaper in this room different?
ここは
It's a
綺麗
beautiful
な
emerald,
エメラルド
and
グ
much
リー
more
ンで
pretty than the beige in the other rooms.
言われてみれば。
You're right. Damn, the staff is slacking on the job.
これはソフィアさんとロトさんが用意したんです。
This was Sophia and Lot's idea. If it's black mold anyways.
奥様はお掃除以外にもこのお部屋で過ごされることが多いんです。旦那様を亡くされた奥様の気持ちが少しでも明るくなるようにしたかったんでしょう。
The madam spends many hours here to give her mind peace. They thought it would be a way to help lift her spirits after her loss.
お二人に比べたらやっぱり私はまだまだですわ。
Again, a sense of inadequacy burns within. Excuse me, we gotta get Chris on the case. They'll eat the mold. My phone died and back. Oh, welcome back, Skycon. Look at this bun. Now is this Thundercross foot attack? Oh shit! Oh no! I fell for it! You thought this was TCSA, but it was me. Deal! If you fell for this, you must give Sky a compliment. If you didn't, it will follow the rules of catching a TCSA, and I will prepare a compliment. Get baited, idiot! Oh, now I gotta give Skycon a compliment? Well, okay then. Skycon, you're very fun to have around. You're a very sweet person. Objection. Nani? Are you objecting to the compliment? Yeah, ScarCon, I'm really grateful that you've stuck around. You're just such like a kind person, and you're also very funny to have around. You always like brighten my chat whenever I see you around. I always love seeing you. I thought the agreement was that only Elio gets compliments because he's not the one initiating the traps. It's fine. I can compliment ScarCon. It's fine. ScarCon's given me many compliments, so I should compliment ScarCon too. ScarCon's also very considerate of people too. Like, he's just really cool. Imagine if this game had a dub with British accents and everything. They should have done that. They should have done that. Dang, got him. Elio knows how to compliment? That's news to me. Oi! What do you mean? I think I gave a good compliment. But it's not too CSA, so I think it's fine. Like really strong ones, not fancy ones. What then? What then? Again, a sense of inadequacy runs within. Excuse me.
それじゃあ次は別の
Let's
場
have
所を
a
探
look
しに行きま
somewhere
しょう。
else.
あ、そうだな。
Right. We left the study to continue our work. I know Jack the Ripper is supposed to have a very thick accent. Yeah, let's go to the stable.
飼育小屋を見せて。
Yeah, so we saw this already.
ワトソンさん
Thank you,
は
Bun.
動
It
物
was
は
much
大丈夫ですか？
appreciated. No problem, ScarCon. Yeah, I'm gonna say another thing. You always make me smile. So thank you for being around, ScarCon. Like, whenever I see you in chat, I'm like, yippee, it's ScarCon! Oh, I'm so glad ScarCon's here! Makes me very happy. So, thank you for being around and making me happy. Well, thank you for the head pats. I trust you do well with animals, Miss Watson?
はい、俺は全然。
Absolutely, He said miss!
はい、私もホームズも動物が大好きなんです。ご心配には及び
I
ません。
do! Holmes and I love them. There's no reason to worry. Let me see, what is this, Twy? Are you going to TCSA me to get a compliment? No. No, I don't think I will. I'm glad I'm able to make you smile, Bunny.
ちょっとあなた
I'm very grateful to have you in my life, ScarCon. But I do think before you speak, Watson.
ごめん。今
Sorry, slip of the tongue. We arrived and Lot led us inside. Bother! I was prepared for snakes, but never a tiger.
だけれど
Would have been wise to ask what was in here before coming.
富山でいるとは思わなかったわ。
Like they have a
どんな動
tiger?
物がいるのか先に聞いておけばよかった。
いや
This is
まさかベンガルトラまで
incredible!
見ら
I
れるな
never
んて。
thought I'd live to see a Bengal tiger in person. Really, thank you so much for letting us come in here.
小さい頃、あいつの
When
背
I was
中
a
に乗るの
boy,
が夢だっ
I'd
たんで
always
すよ
dreamed
ね
of。being able to ride on the back of one of these.
その夢
I'm relieved you gave up on that dream before you were eaten.
よかったわ。
This trip proved particularly darling to Watson, whose own smile expanded hopelessly upon every new creature for whom he could shower with affection.
喜んでいただけたよ
I'm
うで
pleased that you are
よかった
enjoying
で
the
す。
tour.
あ、
If I may,
ロ
Lot,
トさん、
I have
一
something
つ
I'd
お
like
聞
to
きしたい
ask.
んですけど。
And I'm realizing how awkward I am with receiving compliments. I'm thinking of changing it so you have to do 5 squats instead in the future. No! If I may, Lot, I have something I should like to ask.
何でしょうか？
What might that be?
どうしてジャネット
Why are
夫
you
人に
lying
嘘を
to
ついてい
Madam
るんです
Janet?
か？
You said the injury to your arm was minor at best.
Oh.
Ooh. It isn't?
何のことですか？
Whatever do you mean? a lot's naturally rigid features seem to grow more strained.
庭で寄ってきた動物
When
に
you were
触って
handling
いた
the
時は
animals earlier,
歩いてい
I
る
noticed how actively you
無意識
worked
に
to avoid
左
your
腕を
left
かばっ
arm
ているよ
touching
うなので
anything.
それに
Earlier,
Janet
you
夫人が
extended your
倒れ
arm
た
to
時
catch the madam when she
あなたは
fell.
受け止めようと手を伸ばしましたが
It's healthy for you though, that is true!
伸ばしき
I
れず
should
に
really work
受
out
け止めるこ
more.
とができませんでした痛みを感じると人は動きを止めてしまいますから
But you didn't extend it all the way, so you weren't able to catch her. It's natural for one to stop moving when they feel pain. It is indeed very healthy for you, Bun. But I don't wanna do squats.
本当なら自分でジャネット夫人を運びたかったでもそれができなかったんじゃないかって思って
I assume you wanted to be the one to carry her to her room as well, but you had me do it. Not because you didn't want to, but because you weren't able to. Oh my, he's acting the part of Holmes rather well. Hey Bun, you finished mouthwashing, right? Yep. Did it all in one sitting.
私はこれ以上奥様に心配をかけたくないだけです。
I simply do not wish to add to her burdens. Buff Bun. He lowered his tone to nearly a whisper.
確
The
かに
most
か
I
すり
work
傷
out
とは
is
言え
doing
ま
the
せん
group
が
exercise and animal
噛まれていない
crossing
のは
sometimes,
事実
to be
です。
honest. Not very
すぐに
healthy.
治
Oh,
り
you
ます。
do like calisthenics, IRL? I admit to you my injury is more than a scrape, but I must reiterate that I wasn't bitten. This will heal before long. What is this? Jimmy with Curly when no one's looking? No! No, I don't want to see that. That's my baby. I don't want to see him hitting Curly. Okay, but anyway. I think this is gonna be a good place to end for today for London Detective Mysteria. So let me just save my game. There we go. Alright. I am gonna go on a quick break to go get something to eat. And then we'll switch games. So I'll see y'all in a few.